Testing, testing, testing. I wonder. One. Oh, someone's here. Oh, I think that's White Despair. Hey, White Despair. Oh, is it a little bit early? Yeah, I guess a little bit early. Come on. 1 second, guys. Just trying to check something. Oh, hey, Common. How am I doing? White? I'm alright, White Despair. Just kind of like tired. But you know, that's kind of how it is every day. I'm in good health, though. I'm definitely good health. How are you, White? And White, please. Tell me you found something funny in your adventures in the internet, man. Although, like, it's a pretty tame week, so no problems if you haven't. Oh, Ty, that's so kind. Hey, Ty. Oh, man, you're so nice to me. All of you are. But yeah, I'm alright, Ty. How are you, Ty? How's work going, Ty? Let me just check something. I want to see if... Yeah, okay. So that one's not working. I'll figure that out later. But yeah, guys. I guess it's a new week. We're gonna get Hero Academia this week. If we get lucky, everything comes out earlier now. That would be really nice, but I don't know. I don't think that will happen. Like the odds of getting this thing on a... the odds of getting something good on a Tuesday are, like, it's happened in the past, like, a very long time ago, back when we were all still young. But nowadays, it might not happen. Oh, hey, Speed. Just checking something here with the Switch. I don't know if we'll do Switch, but... Alright. 1 second, guys. Yo, but guys, anything new? Also, I watched some of He-Man. So I watched the first episode of Masters of the Universe. And then I went to the second episode. Or not second. Then I just jumped to the end because it was like, okay, well, this is probably going to be boring for 4 episodes. And then I saw the end and it's like, I kind of liked King Grayskull. I thought he was really cool. I thought it was like, yeah, shit, this guy's pretty Chad, man. Like, holy crap. And then I thought the last word on or you know, like the last scene in Masters of the Universe, I thought that was just like, oh my god, again. It was an interesting betrayal. I like that. I'm probably gonna rewatch the series later. It like, did the final episode make me curious? Not really. What else can I say about Masters of the Universe? I think the funnier thing about Masters of the Universe is Kevin Smith's defense of it. It's like, this is probably one of those times where he really shouldn't be on the defensive. It's probably one of those times where not saying anything is probably the better thing to do. I think this is one of those times where maybe being more like a Japanese manga art author is better, where you limit how many things are said in terms of the reception of your series. I think that would be the best way to save face on this one, because the more he talks, it just makes it feel a little bit more desperate, which I feel bad, because like, no one likes being shit on, but at the same time, it's like he's kind of dug himself into a hole. I mean, like, he's had a lot of really interesting comments over the past week. Like, I think, what did he do? He made a comparison between He-Man and Tony Stark, Iron Man, and Jesus Christ. And I think it was a comment about stepping aside. And what was it he said? That was like the funniest one. He said, was He-Man stepping aside? Well, was Tony Stark stepping aside? Did Jesus Christ step aside? And it's like, yes. Yes, like there's an entire movie in the Marvel Universe that's talking about filling the shoes that Tony Stark left. And there is like an entire rhetoric about Tony Stark, the actor, stepping aside because he was done with the role to let a new generation of heroes take over. And then Jesus Christ, from my perspective, is like, yes, Jesus sacrificed himself to clean the slate of sin, and then he left it up to us. He quite literally stepped aside and gave us a new shot, a renewed shot at not going to hell. And it's like, yes, no, he totally stepped aside. It's just kind of weird. It's been really weird, the amount of defense that you see from Kevin Smith. But at the same time, like, shit, man, like, I like Kevin Smith. I just think he's in a bad spot. Anyway, that's my little bit of conversation. I'll go read your guys. Unfortunately, it's been a pretty uneventful week as far as the internet concerned. Most people just complain about the anime adaptation of My Hero Academia. Personally, I'll wait till I actually see it myself. Yeah, like, for me, I really am hoping that they do some major differences. Because, one, it'll be good videos, just talk about it. Because, like, right now, the difference is, I don't know about the most recent episode, but before the filler episode, the 2 episodes before that, they only have, like, 4 differences between each other. So I would really love to see a bigger thing here. Like, and again, I think it's worth talking about tension versus curiosity, because that's really what the anime is doing again, right? They swapped from tension to asking, like, how did they get to the point where they're in, which is more in line with Hero Academia as a series in general. So I think, like, I think from a case study, it's going to be a really interesting time. 1 second, guys. Oh, I'm doing also good news. One of your favorite isekai is getting an anime. Guess what it is? One of my favorite isekai. Oh god. One of my favorite isekai. God damn it, Ty. One of my favorite isekai, Digimon. Um Ty, there's so many isekai, and I don't know if I have favorites anymore. God, Ty, way to shut me down, man. Oh God, it's because there's so many. There's so many that have gotten adaptations. I don't know which one's which. Is it the assassin one? Ty, which one do we read? Ty, do you read isekais? God damn it, bruh. Man. No, no, maybe Ty's playing on me. Maybe he's like one of my. I'm pretty sure once you say it, I'm gonna get it. Dobby recruited ending. Yeah, yeah. Oh, hey Ray. God, man, Ty, you got me here. Now I gotta put together thoughts that I haven't thought about isekai for a while. I hope it's not Isekai Cheat Magician. I really hope it's not Isekai Cheat Magician, bruh. Alright, let's see. My Villain Academia complaints have become a drag to see in the comment section. That's too... Yeah, I mean, like, at this point, it's kind of just boring to keep complaining about Villain. I don't know what they did to Tila. She's pretty unlikable. Didn't like that He-Man was barely in it. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't get the full effect because I skipped the episodes. I can talk more about Tila because Tila has, like, 2 fundamental problems that I just think are insane. And it's on a critical note, so we can talk about that. Do you like the MCU? If so, what's your favorite MCU movie? I love Endgame, but Infinity War is better. I actually really like Ant-Man. I just like Paul Rudd. I think it's goofy. I really enjoy it. I don't really have many favorites in the MCU. Like, in terms of a movie that I would watch multiple times, though, I don't know. Um, it's probably the Ant-Man movies. I'm probably gonna end up watching Ant-Man multiple times, but these movies aren't super compelling. Doctor Strange. Actually, Doctor Strange might be one that I watch over and over. The Loki series grew on me. Yeah, man, I don't know. Like, it's kind of hard to quantify, like, what's my favorite. I just like watching. I'm the kind of person that goes to the cinema for the experience, to be there with friends. I don't really care all that much about the movie. And there's no Marvel movie that I really dislike. I kind of enjoy them all. But, like, do I want to rewatch any of the Iron Mans? Maybe 3, just to see Tony's devil time. Or, sorry, not devil time, sorry. The problem with alcoholism. Then after that, there's the Thor movies. No, I don't really. Maybe Ragnarok might be one I watch multiple times for the villain. And Ragnarok was pretty funny. Let's see, Aquaman, but Aquaman's not Marvel Universe. Yeah, Doctor Strange is probably the one up there. I like the Netflix series. I think I would have liked to kept watching Iron Fist. I think that would have been really good. Oh, another subscriber. Yeah, really tough, really tough. Trying to think if there's any. Yeah, it's probably Ant-Man and Doctor Strange pretty much all the way through. I just like those movies. They have such little baggage that I can just kind of get into it. And Doctor Strange had a really good way of finishing off his villain. Um, Black Panther. I really don't care for Michael B. Jordan. I'm kind of sad that Chadwick Boseman's never going to be back. But yeah, not Black Panther. Uh, yeah, I can really only think of Doctor Strange. I don't care for Captain America all that much. Yeah, I can only think of Doctor Strange and Ant-Man. I'm boring. Sucks. So I hear the episode after the ending fight is Shira Kumo stuff. The season's getting funnier every day. Wasn't it Dobby that freed ending? Dobby recruited. Like, honestly, when I saw that, I know I saw just talking about it. Because, like, when I saw that, I'm like, in what time did Dobby come up to ending and guide him to Endeavor? Like, this is going to be really suspect. But we have to assume it's like, hey, look, this is where they live. I don't know how Dobby finds him. Jesus came to be a servant. The apostles didn't get that at the time. The uncle from another world is getting an anime. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. If I recall correctly, ending was simply released because he served out his sentence, and Dobby simply sent him to the Todoroki house afterwards. I think that's what it is too. Although, like, it's still the anime makes it funny because it's like I would never release a guy looking like such a villain. WandaVision is overrated. Do we have a Hulk reference in My Hero Academia? Do we? Maybe in Vigilantes, because I know there's a Captain America reference in Vigilantes. One Piece community is still stuck complaining about Luffy's specialness, especially after the Nika Sun God reference recently. Really? But we know like Luffy's special. We've known like the Sea Kings are saying that Conqueror was born in another ocean. Like we know Luffy's special. Oh yeah, I recently crossed 42. Miguel, yeah, I saw the video analysis and yeah, I didn't bother to watch the Ochako episode. Yeah, man, like the filler episode was just it's interesting, right? At the end of the day, like you can tell what they think about the characters. The anime makes it look like Dalby had nothing to do with ending. I agree, Matt. I agree. It's but like the anime isn't good, right? The anime isn't on paper very good at most things. Thank you, Mark. Mark. Don't go too hard, son. Just do your best. Anyway, Mark, thanks, man. The 42, like, it's nice that we finally got there, but, yeah. Miguel says he doesn't watch filler episodes. Yeah, for that one, I like them because it's, like, it's something new, and it gets me to talk about things, like, you wouldn't usually get to talk about. That's why I enjoyed them, Miguel. But, this is more of, like, the filler episode, I think, gives fun trivia. Like, in the future, if Ochako says she can't, in the manga, if Ochako hits a weight limit, I'm 100% going to talk about the filler episode and be like, yeah, wow, Ochako can't do it, but that one time she was able to lift a plane out of the ocean, or like neutralize a plane's weight. That's really what I'm waiting for, because it always happens. Like One Piece in particular has a lot of contradictions when it comes to its filler episodes, and it always makes for a really fun time just to complain about it. Makes you remember that the studio makes the anime for kids. Definitely, definitely. And I do feel that's something people forget. It's all about target audiences, right? You gotta recall that there's target audiences involved. Oh, cool. So I was able to get that up. So, guys, I'm just gonna, like, because this is probably just gonna be a chill chat stream, I'm probably just gonna be working on a project that I have, so you guys can just kind of watch along here. You'll be able to see what I'm doing. And then we can also just keep chatting. That way it'll just be really easy. I can do like my other project and I can chat with you guys. And if this gets too boring, we can switch to Pokemon Unite because that's an easy game to play if I don't take it seriously. And yeah, we'll probably have a good time, and then I can talk with all of you. The uncle from another world is going to be fat, funny, and sad at the same time. No confirmed date. Okay. So are the My Hero Academia leaks today or tomorrow? Ray, more likely tomorrow if we're lucky. Makes you remember when I was finally released. What do you think was the first thing I did before even eating a meal? I did some research on you. Ending chapter 250. Also, when they asked Ochako if they made any changes to her suit and it gets flushed out of nowhere. Oh, that's because of the wire stuff, right? She's just thinking about like her little situation with Izuku or whatnot. All right, cool. Here is the thing. So guys, this is pretty much a map maker. Um, all it is here to do is to help me make a map for my one project. I just have to get reacquainted with it. If anyone is curious about map makers, this is on Inkarnate. So Inkarnate. If anyone is interested. But yeah. This is pretty much gonna be like a really this is gonna be just essentially a drawing stream. That'll have to do. How do I change that? So many things in Incarnate that I still don't really know how to deal with. Scene settings, nah. Anyway. Oh, hey, random. The earlier parts of the anime were better done, but it seems that now that the anime is popular and on a roll, they don't care if there are seemingly small errors. I agree. That's actually something I fully agree with. I just think they got to the point where they know they can make money. It's like the One Piece anime. The One Piece anime is a travesty of an adaptation. But no one complains about it because like Toei reduced the bar so significantly for the One Piece anime that whenever they do something correctly, which is just like the bare minimum for compared to everything else, it's like, oh my god, that's amazing. But it's like they know they got the they know that they can do it now. How do I change the colors here, man? Where are like? Oh, I see. Okay. That's what's going on. Okay. I can fix that. Do. So that's my background. Oh, good God. Alright. Let's see. Sorry, and quite the info they skipped over. Yeah! Actually, random. It was actually quite a lot of info. But yeah, random, like, I said it in the video, but, like, I don't like that main character. Like, as the series goes on, I found everything I disliked about him, so I'm really happy. Like, I'm happy that I'm consistent with my past self. Let's see. I still can't believe they showcased The Wire before it was even shown canonically. These higher-ups are confused, and yeah, man, people want Luffy's special to come more from his character rather than external special, like, prophecies. Yeah, no, I think the moment that you had Roger having the hat before Luffy, I thought that was over pretty much. Mind you, like, they could still make a thing about Luffy being special himself, but we just have to wait and see. I really hated how Hila reacted to his mother. Felt pretty heartless out of character. She has such an angry attitude throughout the show. Hello, Eric. At least One Piece is on the level of Isekai achievement. So yes, at least. So we may most likely get Izuku more serious to run away from his classmates at the end. Most of his chapter will be about the other half getting a chance to talk to Deku. Yeah, I think like Ochako will probably get an impassioned plea in this one. I think that's the most reasonable thing to think about. I would be very surprised if he doesn't get an impassioned plea. I wonder what I did here that screwed this up. Good analysis of the anime. Pretty much everyone has joined the wagon at this point. Season 5 is trash tier. Oh, thanks, Jason. Jason, like, so you watched that video. Yeah, man, like... So for those that didn't watch the video, like, there just got to a point where I just got kind of, like, just tired. And it was just an issue of, I like the slice of life stuff, but there's a time and place. And it's just, when you see the girls in bathing suits, it's like... Yeah, way to go, Bones. Way to go to tell us that you don't really care about these girls either, and that this is what they're good for. They're just good for playing on the beach. Whereas Izuku's quite literally watching Endeavor standing in flames. God, man. It was just such a funny juxtaposition. Like, holy crap, what a way to inadvertently make a character what a way to make characters seem so irrelevant. Thanks, Chief. I needed that, and I don't want to be that guy, but I'm gonna be that guy. Make an island in the shape of a Richard. Ah, Mark. Yeah, okay, man. Let's see. I'm trying to. So just so I'm not the best map maker. Like I see some of these people's stuff, and it's like, yeah, man, this looks amazing, but I'm not that cool. I'm not that talented. I'm not that funny. So it's just an issue of trying to find a style that I can emulate. But so many people have such neat maps. It's always so cool to see them. I legitimately wish I had the patience to be able to work on this, or to be able to do like something of this kind of complexity. I mean, like we're gonna try now, but God, man, I do wish I had the patience. Just trying to get a sense for how these patterns are gonna work here. So I need them probably to just use these ones. So I need to figure out how I want to do this. So I think that'll work. If I start there and then I can just kind of work off from there. My hero, no my villain. I can see why many wouldn't like MC in Moonlight Fantasy. So what's worth watch? I haven't watched anything this season because of COVID and don't know what's worth the time. Um, I'll tell you which ones are worth it right now, man. And people can give other recommendations. I think it just shows how inefficient heroes. So many heroes, but only few. Yeah, I agree, man. Oh, anime. I'm just making a map for one of my other projects. Just make an isekai style Circle City. Nah, Sarge. Like that's animeisms, man. And make the isekai city unique and not like other carbon copies. What game is this? Oh yeah, no. I'm just. This is Incarnate. I'm just making my map here. So is every hero that is not Endeavor, maybe top 3, does work as hard as the top 3 heroes do? Yo, after the filler episode, that's what it looks like. Okay, so Sarge, so the ones to watch, do you like talkers? Because the detective is already dead is interesting. If you like military strategy with an isekai flavor, you go to the How a Realist Rebuilt the Kingdom, but that's budget. Just keep that in mind. They're doing a 1-volume, 1-season adaptation, so keep that in mind as well. Other things to keep in mind, if you want isekai trash, you can go see Spirit Chronicles. If you want like slightly above average isekai trash, nah, like slightly above isekai, you go and you can look at Tsukimichi, although like that one's gonna be interesting. If you want isekai subversion, which is still pretty trashy, you can go to Black Company. Now, there's a seinen that's done by the guy, or like the art is done by the guy that does Maid Dragon. The Ida 10 deities only know peace. That one's interesting. Like that one's actually legitimately interesting. It's a seinen though. But if there was one I would recommend quickly, it would be that one, only because like the things that they talk about in the series are actually pretty interesting. There's one character that talks about the nature of deity, which I find interesting, but it might not be your style. It's not ranked very highly like on the current charts, I think. Otherwise, what else you got? There's not really anything like that's of high caliber. Like right now, in terms of the isekais, How a Realist Rebuilt the Kingdom is the high caliber one in terms of the writing, because that's a military strategy and politics type series, but that requires you to be a particular kind of viewer. Yeah, man. Like, sorry, it kind of depends on whether or not you like isekais, because like this is a majority isekais. Trying to see if there's anything else. Like there's an adaptation for Scarlet Nexus. I haven't seen enough of it to know if it's good though. The top series for this season are Slime, Maid Dragon, and that detective show, from what I'm seeing on the rankings on one particular site. So guys, what you're seeing here, I'm building a city that's underground. And the idea is that they have like some pretty tight clusters of buildings. Now it's a little bit messy because I don't know how to do this properly, but I think I think this will work. Maybe I should have made them smaller actually. Oh yeah, no, you know what? Making them smaller is better. I'm gonna make them smaller. So the reason I'm making this is because like this is gonna go in a book. So I just gotta pound through it. It's gonna be one of those insert pages because, so as it turns out, when you're doing fantasy, people really like maps. They super like maps, so that's why we're working here. The service that I'm using, for anyone wondering, Incarnate, you can pay like $25 a year, and then you get commercial rights, so you can pretty much make these maps, and you can use them in whatever way you want. without getting in trouble, which, if you're self-publishing, probably the best thing you could do. All right, let me go and read your comments. Let's see. So is every hero that's okay? No, I got that. Endeavor's agency handle every type of case, while most agencies specialize, which probably creating this discrepancy. Yeah, but it's an extreme discrepancy. Everyone's comparing TL to Amber from Invisible now, which is pretty sad. She's one of my favorite characters from 2002, He-Man. Her frustration made sense in the show. What did you think? Give me a second, man. Haven't watched Spirit Chronicles. It really says something when the number 10 is throwing a party, then having 2 beach parties during the same mission. I know. Is Vanitas and Peach Girl Riverside worth it? I also hear Boyfriend and Kanojo is trash. Peach Girl Riverside is by the guy that does Maid Dragon. And Vanitas, from what I'm seeing, Vanitas is worth it. I'm Isekai trash. Oh, okay, yeah, then Sarge, check out the Isekais then. Are you going to make the Isekai city but square like Babylon? No, so what I'm thinking is, like, the city is going to have, like, 3 layers. Like, at the top corner, there's probably going to be, like, a big castle, because that's where I'm thinking of situating, like, the Noble District. And this part here, this is going to be, like, the main street at the bottom. So this is probably where all the adventurers come in. We're just putting in clusters so that we can kind of divide the city up a little bit. But it's going to be a city inside of a cavern. I do have some of the landmarks set up already, though. Like over here, there's got to be an archive. And over here, there's got to be a museum. So we'll do that. And I'm doing these little divisions here, these little blocks, just because there's got to be very clear roads. So they're just in between these blocks of homes, pretty much. What do you think of Tanya, Saga of Evil? I think it's a nice deconstruction of Isekai, but I don't like Tanya herself. So it's a series that I watch, you know, to like appreciate, not really enjoy. So which hero do you think work as hard as Endeavor for the best of their capabilities? I feel like maybe Manuel does, and I feel like in terms of workaholics, Kamui Woods might be a workaholic, which is funny because most of them never were lower skill and crime committed by comparison to drug smugglers. I mean, yeah, but then at the same time, you have Star Servant, who was able to cause massive property damage by taking out everyone's windows. Like, guys, putting in windows in high rises, that's expensive, man. That's really expensive. Like, Star Servant was a terrorist. I find it a bit weird whenever a European style fantasy isekai is able to squeeze in soy sauce or miso into their world. 100%. But you know, Japanese superiority. Can't have anything without Japanese superiority. And you know, I don't even think soy sauce and miso are that great. I think salt is still #1 condiment to ever have. I think the kids will talk Deku into going back, but he'll want to stop and get All Might, setting up for Ida's revenge against Stain. Oh, that's interesting, Kenneth. That's an interesting perspective to that. Yeah, I'm still thinking like Izuku runs away. White Despair, have you updated your thoughts at all on like the whole situation with Izuku's trajectory here? Like, has time changed your opinion about anything? You know what? I'll put like some little city here. I think this right here is going to be the entrance. I think you guys can see where I'm pointing, right? Yeah, like this quadrant here, that bottom quadrant, probably going to be the entrance. Yeah, this could be like a small maintenance district here. I guess I should also look what other stamps do I got? Not a lot. Not a lot. Oh, there's ruins. I do need that, so we can keep an eye on that later. Oh, maybe they have castle pieces? No, they have desert pieces. We have labels. Yeah, I don't see castle pieces. I'll have to look for castle. They gotta have some kind of wall. Or it might also be on another. They got desert walls. Yeah, okay. It might be on another one. No. I'll have to see if I can find them later. It's nice that in Pokemon anime, Ash does remember Darkrai. Oh, interesting. 3 layers. First layer is an octagon. Second layer is a parallel. Then the last layer is an acute triangle. Just like, yeah, I battled before when Go asked if he's seen it. Oh, that's neat. Tanya is funny smug. What about the Mahoka spin-off? Is it just a retelling of what happened from her perspective? Sarge, I believe so. I saw that the opening... I haven't seen it yet. I saw that it has a lot of, like, sports going on. So I'm pretty sure it's just Miyuki's low stakes life for the majority of things. Cool. So that's one street. Probably best if I put in the big areas now. Oh wait, no, here's castle. There it is. All right, cool. I wonder if I can fit that in there. Also, the birds have a new little thing that they're really enjoying. And because of that, they have been banging around their cage. So they've definitely reanimated themselves. So 73. Need to remember that size. I hope Horikoshi makes the guy with dreadlocks a badass. I hope so too, man. Soy sauce and ketchup are pretty important to me when it comes to condiments. Ketchup for me, yeah. Personally, I think that Izuku whole soul is likely at the end. Whether that means he returns to UA or her friends accompany him is still something I'm not sure of the moment. I really hope it's like Izuku gets accompanied by his friends, man. Enough of this solo act. Let's actually throw off All for One for once. So I'm gonna put this here. So that'll be like one of the big landmarks. And then the other landmark can be over here. Yeah, sure. That looks like that could be a nice little area there. Great. Then we go back over here and we put that back to 76. Slowly but surely, this is becoming a nice little fantasy city. We're not doing any circles though. No circles. If Deku still leaves, that will be more expected route since most from what I've seen so far expecting his classmates to convince him somehow. Just wondering what will happen with Stain if he goes back now. Yeah, nah, man, like... wait, let me just make sure I got that right. If Deku still leaves, that would be the most expected route since most from what I've seen so expect his classmates to convince him. Yeah, okay. For me, like, I'm still thinking, like, it's just... The guy that throws me off a lot is the second user. I keep coming back to that second user in his comments. Like, I just don't know what he would tell Izuku at this point in time. Like, I want to believe that he tells Izuku, hey man, stop being stupid and try and get them to go with you. Because that's what he agrees with that idea. So I do hope we see more of that. Oh, but it's just that second user throws me off so much. Oh, that's actually coming out really well. Also, Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's made their debut. Fusions that made their debut. Oh, that's cool. I hope he runs away. I think that lesson would stick more to Izuku if he actually failed hard to recognize that he needs others' help than just having the others convince him to go back. Agreed. Agreed. That's the one I'm kind of going towards as well. Given that they are real lazy, then given how Team Lurkers is working, it won't take Mount Lady long to pass Ryuki on the charts, especially after her fight against Gigantomachia. That's what I'm thinking. The reason I'm thinking that Kamui Woods is a workaholic is because he rose so quickly in the charts. Like, he started the series as a rookie, right? And he rose up pretty quickly, which is legitimately pretty neat. So I am hoping that's the sign. Okay, this is actually going to be a little bit tough. I think a plaza needs to go here. Shoot, I think I did that wrong. So right there needs to be a plaza. Then this could be the road here. Probably put another road there. Oh, coming a little bit tough here. Villain Izuku making his way to Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s and Future Summons, then Detroit smash to protect his life points. Are the roads in between the major neighborhoods or wall? Yeah, no, like the roads are going to be between the major neighborhoods. So let me see if I can get the path tool here. So if we're looking at this in terms of paths, it would be like there is this one line here. I'm going to have to delete that later because it's not a good one. Then there's a road here. And again, going to delete that later because not a good one. I might have to do my own little lines in an after image program. So this is where the lines would be. Now I just gotta figure out, because right here there needs to be a plaza, and then probably it leads over here. So yeah, I think that'll work. The plaza probably leads over here. Roads lead here, here, here. I wish I could draw a little bit better. And then over, like, I guess this top quadrant will be like its own little artisan district as well. Probably put a line through here for the next area. And then up here, it's going to be where the noble district is. Yeah, that's probably where I'm going here. Actually, yeah, this is pretty alright. I'll delete those lines. Oh, if he leaves, this will be the unexpected route. Okay, okay, that makes sense. Okay, gotcha. Now I understand what you're saying. Okay, yeah. I'm still hoping he leaves. One prediction I will take is that within the next few chapters, the heroes will actually learn where All for One is hiding. Just like after 10 chapters of the heroes search, it would feel really repetitive if we continue like this. I agree. I think after this, we need to know where he is. Unless we're going into prolonged guerrilla warfare, which is going to be boring, because like All for One's not doing a really good job of doing interesting guerrilla warfare. But yeah. Don't see Deku going to UA yet. I see him running after accidentally hurting someone, most likely Bakugo. I think something traumatic will get him to go. Oh god, I'm pretty far away. Yeah, I remember this, Ty. You have that one. The traumatic injury. Other one for all users. No, we must protect everyone and not let anyone be hurt. Second user. Haha, allies Gerber. I see All Might in trouble as the crux to dissolve the issue. Yeah, yeah. I feel like All Might's going to be in danger at some point here as well. If some of Izuku's friends do come with him to help him out, but he still tried to push them away, I could see this as a way for the impact. Still kind of have a strong impact still when Izuku failed hard. I would like to see what Mineta's going to do, because I think, again, Mineta's the one that ultimately decides how this might go. Like, if Mineta gets to stick Izuku to Bakugo, that's it. All his friends are stuck with him. If the car is best genius and the pros are there, then that gives me more hope that Izuku will run away and finally break the phone. Yes. Woods was involved with Edge Shot, so he might have gotten a lot of high-profile cases as well as being involved in stuff like Camino. Helped him rise. He hasn't been very impressive with his screen time, though. Well, I mean, if you think about it, he survived being burned alive when he's made of wood, right? Like, that is pretty impressive. And, like, when he did come in back during Camino, he did capture a bunch of people. It's just, All for One teleported them away, which, unfortunate. Some of the houses might have to be adjusted to fit in the space and spread them out a lot more. Oh, you think so, Sarge? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, okay, I see what you're saying. Like there isn't a clear divide there, and then like the houses are they aren't as compressed as I want them. Yeah, probably could do that. Wish I could do a multi-select here. Oh good, got the line as well. How do I select multiple of these? Oh good. So probably put that there. We could probably get like the road to form more or less well here. This is where you guys realize I'm not an artist, but I never made any promises that I was. Okay, let's see. He hasn't been very impressed. Okay, got that. What were your complaints? Oh, right. It seems to push right. Sorry, I keep putting you off, Ty. Okay, so with Tila, and we're talking about Masters of the Universe here, guys. With Tila, in the beginning episode, I think she was given like really bad rhetoric. I think she was stupid. From my perspective, let me save this in the meantime. From my perspective, 1 second, Ty, before I forget. So she had two major rhetorics, that being the first, that she was really upset that people kept a secret from her. And all I was thinking was like, oh my god, Tila, You're the kind of person that gets upset that someone signed an NDA agreement and didn't tell you about the things that they were working on. You're the kind of person that gets upset when your friend who works with a security clearance at the government doesn't leak information to you. You're the kind of person that gets upset when there's quite literally, this is out of your pay grade. Like maybe after your man at arms, maybe that will be different. So like that's the first thing. It was just immature. It's just there are like even in a medieval concept, in a medieval concept, like 100% the royal family has hundreds of secrets. 100%. It's kind of stupid to get really upset that no one told you about something when you're not really that high up in the ladder. So that's like, just in the real world, it's like you're the kind of person that gets upset about NDA agreements and your friend not telling you about it. Pretty lame. That's the first thing that I really did not like. It's just that feels like such just a teenage drama kind of plot point to have. Like, oh my god, you didn't tell me what your job was when you had like many secrets and you were being held to many secrets by many different forces. So that was my first little thing there for it. It's an immature plot point, I think. And it's way too angsty given like just everything. The context itself makes it better. And then Tila had, and this only works in places where magic is just so nebulous. But Tila's complaints and her giant boner for technology, like, oh, I only trust machinery and science and not this magic doodah, and it's like, yo, this is dumb. Like, the problem is, like, when it comes to magic, it really depends on your rhetoric, right? There are some stories that will tell you flat out, magic is sometimes just a science that people haven't figured out, or it's a science that people don't know how to communicate. That's actually, like, in the real world, quite a few philosophies say that anything that is magic is really just science that you don't understand. This is what makes the whole thing with Tila's boner for science just so stupid, because like I'm looking at things there, and there's at some points like nanobots or whatever, and they're turning people into man mutant machines, and I'm thinking like that's not science, that's freaking magic. But it's just when you have this girl going so hard saying like I only trust science and not this magic, it's like the magic clearly has rules. When you're saying you only trust science, it ultimately goes to say that you're pretty stupid, because you can't fathom that magic does in fact have its own rules to how it works, and that your mind is too small to be able to actually comprehend it. So you go hardcore into science, which you know how it works. Science is yesterday's magic. Wait, is that it? Yeah, actually. Yeah, that's how. Magic is tomorrow's science, and science is yesterday's magic. That's how that works. That's how that philosophy works. In Eternia, given that it's highly governed, it has many rules going into it, you can probably say like it is a hard magic system. So Tila's complaints in that sense, they based her on really stupid fundamental issues that makes more sense for kids. But given that Masters of the Universe is an adult show, given how many people are dying and given how edgy Tila is, it's just ultimately, this is such an idiot as a character to be having to follow. And you know how I feel about competent characters. The moment you have her complain about these kind of things, you take away whatever competency this woman would have, and now you're sticking me with someone who can't think past like maybe 2 inches in front of her. It's just not compelling. It's not fun. If this was a kid's show, it'd be different, but it's not. So that's why it made a very easy decision for me to just skip the episodes and go to the final episode, where thankfully Tila isn't talking that much anymore because Adam came back into the show and she has to deal with other things. And then Uber Chad Grayskull showed up, and it's like, all right, yeah, cool, awesome. But overall, Tila's rhetorics were just immature. Like when you look at her, it's like you should never have been put in a position of responsibility because you really don't deserve it. Like she has no judgment. And then like also the king getting upset about Man at Arms, like, and telling him, or getting upset that he was keeping a secret, and it's like, bro, this man's been doing more for your country than you have. Like, you people are dicks to Adam. And now when the truth, look, you don't like, being a dick to someone before you know how cool they are, that doesn't, and then you're cool to them after you know that they're worth your respect. No, respect people before they even have to prove themselves. Like, you should respect nice people from the get-go. But nah, like, it was just a lot of emotional immaturity in general for that opening bit. It made it like, it's just like, there's, I got no real feelings for them. Anyway, that's my thoughts, Ty. Given the class is full of workers willing to work so hard, they will all shoot up the charts. Some of the houses stick out. You have to turn them more. Some of the houses stick out. Man, thank God for Sarge. Yeah, okay. No wonder Ochako couldn't stop Toga if what she did in the internships. I know, right? If all she was doing was just hanging out on the beach, that will just make her failure look even worse in the manga. Oh, hey, one near. So this one is Death Ray. All for One's Guide to Guerrilla Warfare. First, acquire a group of extremely dangerous villains to serve under you. Then send them out one at a time to try and capture a child. Want them to fail because it'll mess with your enemy. Profit. But it's a secret, stupid. All for One comes across as a lesson. Is good point. Survival in Hero Academia is a huge metric for popularity since that helped Best Units' popularity. Woods is probably top 5 if a list still exists after this. Yeah, I would hope. He's just versatile, right? And if he can actually survive being burnt, like, his biggest weakness, he can tank it. So at that point, it's like, yeah. So this quadrant that I'm grabbing here, this is pretty much where the inns are. And mind you, like, yeah, you know, like, the houses are all really compressed here. But that's, oops. But that's just how that's gonna go. Move that here. Yeah, I'll figure this up. Oh, hey, Gohan. In a world of magic, magic is science. It showed my phone to the Apostle Paul. He would instantly try to cast a demon out of me. Yes, Matthew. I don't respect anyone until they earn it, but I also don't disrespect you for no reason. The power of Christ compels you. Yes, Matthew. By the power of Christ. I felt the female leads was pretty forced. You notice how a lot of female leads in American media have like a chip on their shoulder and the shaved haircut? God. Look, I'm not going to make any comments about the shaved haircut because, like, I feel like that's walking into the whole American culture. Like, I don't particularly... I'm not getting into it, Ty. You can kind of feel like why I won't. My reference point are Caribbean haircuts, and I know Caribbean haircuts. I'm not going to touch anything about what the Americans want to do with their hairstyles. I think I might have to take out a few of these. Because, like, I wonder... This area probably should show that it's slightly different. So let me switch. So street textures. I think this will be okay. Probably take that down a bit. That's terrible. That's terrible. I hate that. I'm up to level. Oh, nice, Gohan. You're pretty close to mine. So what's the theme or inspiration behind your underground city trip? Right. So, like, it's a city hidden in a mountain. And it's also like a pretty big tourist attraction is what I'm thinking. So this city... Oh, good. That makes it look jarring. Oh, I'll figure out what to do about that later. But yeah, it's an underground city. It's made to be easy to navigate. So the maps for the underground city, they have like the roads will have special it'll have special symbols on each road just to help people navigate it. Otherwise, the big fixtures are at the top. There would be a nice ruin and stuff like that. And to the left and right, there would there's just a museum, an archive, and just in general there is a like a merchants district up at the top right. In terms of themes and otherwise, you can't really see it on the map, but it would have like it has a pretty distinct culture otherwise, but again, you won't see it on the map. Like in the middle of this plaza here, there's a nice statue. But otherwise, it's just a really compressed city. It doesn't really look large now, so I might have to come back and redo it with a few more layers, because like I thought it would have more, but I think I might have to shrink a bunch of these and restart. just because it should have multiple streets. Because at this rate, we're gonna end up with 1 street, 2 streets, 3 streets, 4 streets. Yeah, that's not impressive. That's not impressive for a giant city. The thing is, like with me, I'm not very good at dealing with giant landscapes. Like I have a really hard time trying to figure them out. Like I'm looking at this one, right? And it looks so interesting. I might have to zoom in super close as well just to be able to do something like this. Like when you see this one legitimately looks like a giant city. Yeah, pretty much, Ty. It is a troublesome subject. It's just like, the other thing, I don't watch that many. I do watch a lot of American shows, but I don't think I watch that many with a character like Tila in it. That's the other thing that makes it kind of hard. Like honestly, if Tila was competent and didn't have such a giant chip on her shoulder over dumb stuff, if she didn't pick such stupid hills to die on, I think I would have been fine. Like I think the first episode was pretty cool with like just the fake out of the kill, right? But it's just like I don't want to have. The thing is also, angst is such a big part of modern day like superhero live action TV, and I wonder if that's why Kevin Smith went down the way he did. I don't want to watch a character being angsty all the time, man. Like I want to watch just cool people doing cool things. If Tila was forward thinking, it would have been much different. I just don't care about angst, man. Like God, maybe that's why I like some isekais, because isekais are such a power trip in general. But man, I hate angst. Their female leads I really, really like, but when it's forced, it's usually pretty obvious. Ripley from Aliens and the Bride from Kill Bill are two female leads in action I like. But Jason, you're using old examples, man. You're using really old examples. Those are really unfair. Female leads that I like. I mean, the Bride was pretty good, but like we're using old examples, which I don't think is fair. I think we should be using modern examples, if we have any. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go in. I think I'm gonna have to shrink. Probably, yeah. I think if I can probably zoom in this much, so I could probably. Oh crap! How do I move this? Nope. 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 Do. No. There's a way to pan, but I forget now. Do. Oh wait, there we go. Shortcuts. Where's the pan tool? So panning is spacebar. Okay, cool. There we go. This is going to become such an issue now. Trying to get Randall up to latest rank. Okay. Anyone see the latest Rick and Morty, the one with the turkey? Must admit, I initially found the turkey part a bit disturbing since it reminded me of SCP-3199. Yo, man. Yeah, no, I watched the episode twice. I think I liked the first batch of episodes more, but like this one was all right. I like the joke that the president of the United States just has a hate boner for Rick. I thought that was really on point personally. So we're gonna come back. We're gonna like just start redoing this because we need to make this actually look more impressive as a city. Like it should take, in terms of walking time, if you're in this city, it should take about. Oh yeah, okay, that's good. If you're walking in the city, it should take you a good. To get from one end to the other, like I'm trying, like whenever I try, like one of the things that trips me up in general is figuring out walking time for cities. When it comes to a medieval city, I think you should be able to walk from one end to the other in 3 hours. I feel like that's a reasonable time frame. Oh, I don't know actually. Is that a reasonable time frame? Because like hamlets are usually really spread apart. Some cities you can walk across them in 25 minutes. What do you guys think? What do you guys think is like the reasonable time for walking across a city? Now, thankfully, most times that kind of question doesn't really come up if you're in the middle of designing a city. Because like if you're doing an isekai level story, it doesn't really matter. because isekais don't really go that hard on the setting, but if you're doing heavy politics, or if you're doing like something time sensitive, it's going to be a little bit more, because if you're doing something time sensitive where the reader's like, oh my god, what's going on, are these guys going to make it in time, what you're dealing with at that point is, the tension of time. So at that point you have to be really careful with all your metrics. Like, are there any stories that probably do cities, or like that take place entirely in cities? Yeah, a few. Do any of them take advantage of the tension that comes with time? Hard to say. I think I'm thinking of like Tuaru, like a certain magical index. That might be one of the ones that takes place entirely in a city, so that maybe they have a much more clear way of how much time takes to travel. Danmachi as well, but Danmachi is kind of weird because Danmachi introduces districts as like in a book, so you don't really know how big the city is until you're at the last book, pretty much. Which, interesting strategy, all things considered. So I think this is okay as an in area. I wonder if I should be using a different pattern of city. Maybe better to just do these ones. Now, thankfully, we don't have to worry too much. Like, oops. Thankfully, this should not be a big deal when you're actually looking at it in a map, like if it's printed in a book. Because in a book, you won't really get to see the little details. The reboot He-Man is trash. Is it going to be sports? We think so, Mr. Amma. It just seems like cringe all around. Changing character for woke points when Kevin used to be such an important person when it came to comics. Also, I've seen FMC that are way better than that. Inherits character also lied about the show. Yes, Sar. We were talking about it before you showed up, but the lies are a little bit ridiculous. Like, there's like, just own it. If you're gonna kill off, like, it's funny too because they said that you're in the final episode you're gonna get so much He-Man, more He-Man than you ever thought possible. I think episode 7, right, or something like that. And it's like, bro, I can go back to the first episode of the 2000 series and I'll get more He-Man in the first 2 episodes than I get in the entire series. Like, come on, guys. It's just ridiculous that you have to be on whatchamacallit, on damage control on this one. Yeah, we'll add some diversity here, make it look like there's like a little square there. So that's another one. So we can do another block here. How does it look from afar? Yeah, it'll look pretty impressive, I think, when it's all set up with the roads. I think it'll look okay. Oh, oops. Gotta remember. There we go. So probably get rid of that. Now, I think I'm gonna, because I'm not great at making maps, I think I'm just gonna have to accept that some of this is just gonna look a little bit wonky, just in terms of its directions. Just, this is probably a city it's built up among ruins. They probably have been working on this slowly. They've probably been iterating upon it, building as they could. So I do think I need to make a few more to make it look like it's curving. Jason's like, what modern example? I know. I was trying to think of some modern examples while I was criticizing it, but it's like I can't think of any modern examples, so I really hope that Jason is able to figure one out. Oh, man. So, oops. Undo that. That one tab with the one has 2 angels that just do most of the fighting for him. Did you watch Slime? No, not yet. Not today, Miguel, but I plan on watching it later. Is it good? Gobble gobble. But yeah, going back to Rick and Morty, honestly, you can't top the Dragon Orgy episode. Yeah, Dragon Orgy was a good one. I really liked this one with the decoys. The decoys was probably my favorite episode so far of the season. I really liked the decoy episode. I liked Morty's situation with... What was the episode? Oh, man. What was the episode that Morty screwed up and he ended up... It was the episode with those cannibalistic horses. Oh yeah, Maury was doing the machine multiple times. That was great. That was great. That was a great episode. I think the roads will be okay here, and then probably get rid of that one over here. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit happier with this so far. Yeah, Rick and Morty. Okay, got that. I can't wait till the next episode of Rick and Morty officially comes out because I know that people are going to complain about it, and that's always really funny to happen. You know what's funny? A lot of people don't realize the horror movies have a lot of female empowerment with the whole final girl trope, and it tends to get overlooked. That's fair. That's fair. I'm just remembering, like, you know what? The girl in I liked Cabin in the Woods. Cabin in the Woods was pretty nice. I kind of wish I could add mountains here. I could probably look at it later. Okay, let's see. Next, I missed 2002 He-Man. Ty said it was shame it got canceled because of toy sales. Good thing it's getting noticed from of not liking the new show. It has 30% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah, I saw that. Why not the roads and walls first to make the layout and then fill in the gaps? Oh, you know what, Sarge? You know why not those first? It's because I hate doing walls. But that's a good point, Sarge. That's a very good point. God damn it. Good thing I have someone like Sarge around. So let's see. They did a map like this. If I want to do that... Oh, just... So... We'll probably go here. Let's use the... How big is, like, how many miles does it cover? I don't know, man. Like, I don't... So when I'm setting up these cities, Ty, I don't think in miles. I think in terms of how long it takes me to walk. And like, what? I can walk, what, 3 miles in an hour? Actually, let me just make sure. Walking speed, miles per hour. Walking speed, miles per hour. I have like a whole spreadsheet about this. Okay, good. Yeah, 3.1 miles per hour. That's about right. That's about right. That's how much I can do. That's how much I can walk. So, yeah, 3 miles per hour. If I want to take 3 hours to walk from one end to one end, we're probably looking around 9 to 12 miles in one direction. I think that's fair. Is that too much, though? Might be too much. Might be too much. I'll have to think about that. You know what? Let's say like 3 miles on one side and 3 miles on the other. Let's say, yeah, probably like with... We're probably looking, if we're looking at a square, maybe maybe the entirety of the city can fit within like a 5 by 5 mile square. Because then that way it takes about roughly an hour. Let's move it to that point. Yeah, I think that's okay. Let's Google how much time to walk across. The other problem is too, like, I base a lot of my things based on like how long it takes me to walk across one end of the island to the other end of the island from when I was back home, because I know the sizes for my island, and I'm always referencing back to that. But let's see how long it takes to walk across London. And I think basing it across, like basing it on London is all right. Okay, not around, across. Hmm. Yeah, I think you know I'm gonna keep it an hour. I think you can compress a lot of things with like roughly within there in an hour or so. Gonna do that. Anyway, let's see. Wonder Woman and Justice League Snyder Cut were probably two modern examples of good females lead that didn't feel forced. Agreed. The one with the two angel waifu helping the MC build a tower. Oh yes, I know that one. City of it was said to take 3 days to walk across it. Oof, that's yeah. No, this one's gonna be a little bit more compressed. I can't imagine having a cavern that takes 3 days to walk across. I can't imagine. That feels a little bit too much. So let's see. Oh, oops. Oh, interesting. Oh, it can do that. Oh, that's cool. The houses should be a lot more structured instead of just randomly placed houses. Oh, well, no, for that one, I'm just gonna kind of live with that. Just because, like, when you look at it from afar, it shouldn't really matter too much, Sarge. Um, I guess if we're trying to copy this one though, actually no, this one also has. You can see that there's not too much structure here beyond a certain point. Oh no, no, I see what you're saying. Like we could probably emulate this one a bit more. Oh, it's just like this is so much. You can tell this was whoever did this was really just doing their best. So we'll zoom in. Sarge, your advice is taken. I want to be lazy. Do 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 do. So we come in from here. Oh god, this is gonna be horrible. Is there a path tool? Can I do a path tool? No, there isn't. So we'll probably do like that. Oh, oops. Now again, it should look a little bit worse on the zoom in, but like in a book it wouldn't look that bad. So then we will, oh, man, this is just gonna be tough to do it like this. If there was a path tool, this would be a little bit easier. Do we have a path tool? Yeah, no, there's not really a path tool. Which make if I had a path tool, it'd be easier to get perfect. Be easier to get the perfect sizes here. Gonna have to think about how to approach this because my hands are too jittery. A city inspired by dinosaurs. If each square is a house, then this will be pretty big. Watch people turn away from slime because these last couple episodes were politics, talks, and partnerships. If Grimm doesn't get cancelled, who knows? That might become one in the future. Although you're already seeing its doom and gloom, and you have a knack for knowing when SJ Shonen Jump is gonna cancel. Well, no. Like, let's just to be clear about the whole situation with Grimm here. I wonder, will I get in trouble? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't get in trouble, cause like you guys, it's available for free. And I know it's on. I'm pretty sure that you guys can see it, right? Yeah, like when it comes to Grimm, like this is new. This is really new. There's not many other series that can really match it in terms of what it's doing. It's just like there are so many things here that I find questionable in terms of a new series doing it. And that's why I think like they're probably going into this experimenting, but it's weird. Like we don't have enough precedent for it. That's the big thing. If we had more precedent for knowing what happens to these kind of series, I'd be able to tell you, Jason, but like for me, I doubt it survives because of how weird it is, but at the same time, it's so weird that we don't have any other examples such that it could very well be the new kind of formula. The only thing is like the formula that this thing is doing is My Hero Academia late game formula. And I don't think the My Hero Academia late game formula is a good one. I don't think they should be doing what Hero Academia does. For instance, I don't think we should be doing an introduction arc. I think this should have been sorted out in the first episode. I think spreading out all of this stuff, like we are still not beyond the first incident. We're still just dealing with the first incident over and over and over, and I don't think that works. Like, if you look at the current series, there is no series that has kept the first incident for more than the first chapter, right? Like, if you look at Hero Academia's first incident is done in the first chapter, and then you move on. In Black Clover, the first incident is done. Asta beats up a guy, and you move on. In One Piece, One Piece is too old. Any other examples that are good right now? Oh, Jujutsu Kai, first incident is done in the first chapter, you move on. And in this one, you're in chapter 4 and you're still one after the other of the first incident. It's questionable, right? Like, you don't see this kind of thing happen that often. It kind of blows away the Shonen Jump formula. And now, like, if this thing ultimately fails, what we're going to be looking at here is whether or not this was a good idea. But yeah, Jason, my issues here are that it's doing too many things differently, and we don't have enough good examples for it. Oh, Bleach. Bleach's first incident is done in the first chapter as well. It's, again, questionable. Like, I also think, can I see? Yeah, I can see chapter 2. Let me see here. Yeah, no. I think it was chapter 3. Yeah, this one. Chapter 3 is the other one that kind of throws me off. Because starting with a flashback to explain what happened in chapter 2, that's ridiculous. But you know where he... If this is Horikoshi's assistant, which I believe he is, right? You know where he got that style from. This whole idea of justifying a previous chapter's event with the flashback of the next one. It's Hero Academia, but like that's not a good thing. Like, Horikoshi's style is not a good thing. Not in this case. It's just already you're throwing off the entire flow of the series. It's going to be so interesting, Jason. Like, intellectually, I'm very curious as to whether or not this is going to survive. Because if it survives, that means we get a new style of story in Shonen Jump. If it doesn't, then it's out of there. Speaking of though, right now, it only looks like Candy Flurry is going to be the next one to die. So it's probably going to have some time. Gohan, did you hear Isekai? Oh, let's see. Vat of Acid is Rick and Morty creative writing at its best. When I figured out the main punchline for the episode, a good modern female character is Sifra from Castlevania series. I find it funny for Klee's birthday. She gives you skills from an area boss that she shouldn't know exists. Oh, I love these types of conversations. I don't contribute, but they're fun to listen to. Oh, I'm glad, Death Ray. There are some states are banning gaming PC because eating up electricity, but turn blind eye to oral company. Yeah, I saw that, and I'm just like thinking, like, bro, come on, man, come on, that's not fair. Okay, so because of the way that these the paths are working here, I'm not gonna paint the paths onto this properly. I'm just gonna do the lines again. And then I'll do like Photoshop at the end when I have the basics for it. Just because, like, when it comes to Incarnate, one of the big things for it is trying to figure out your workflow. And it's been a while since I've used it, and I haven't used it for a project this big. And the workflow for this one's going to be do the preliminary here, and then probably just go ahead and do the final edits on a program that's actually really made for it. Yeah, we'll do that. That'll be okay. Oops. Now, I probably need to make a central point. So, let's put in the walls like Sarge said. Where are the walls? Castle, there we go. Oh, God. So, this is where they would be. What's the quick button for this? Okay, so that's the quick. Probably increase size so I don't have to kill myself doing these ones. Now it's kind of unfortunate. Kind of wish that I could do this without with a better snap, but what can you do? Um, I wonder if I can snap. Probably not. Yeah, I don't see any snap settings. Oh, this one's gonna be so hard. Okay, going back to your guys' comments. Let's see. It's your time. It's your off time. Trying use D&D how to make maps. In your off time, try using D&D how tos to make maps. DMs love to make maps. Yes. Noted, Sarge. I like how last week's last week episode of Digimon they teased Ophanimon. However, this episode is straight up Hercules. Yes. Pokemon, the king of house placement. Yes, Speed, it is the king of house placement, the biggest. Kind of wish I could curve it a little bit more, but oh, oops. This is really just this is a real labor of love. I might have to rethink how much I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to rethink how much time to spend on this. Is there any other program that makes it easy to build a map? Not really, no. There's not really. Unless you want to do a blocky one, you could probably do one in RPG Maker. The story I mentioned was mainly to see the wife. Oh, I found out how to get the blueprints for the new Genshin weapons. It's quite a pain to do. Okay, when I'm thinking of my own fantasy series, I get so lost in the exact thought about measurements. And it's a big thing I get caught up on. Well, no, I think like that's really good that you're getting caught up on it, man. Like I think it's important that you figure out your measurements, but at the same time, it's like God, it's just so much. Maybe I can do like that. Maybe just call it there. I might have to also look at other spots for inspiration. Maybe if I look at other maps for inspiration, I can get an idea of how to do this. I'm hoping that when it gets into print, it won't be too large. Like it won't be, I won't be large enough for people to tell the little details, like where all the bad spots are. That's all I can really hope for now. Yeah, that's not coming out the way I imagine it in my head. Let's see, power scaling characters while world building. Did everyone hear that news that Arthur is about to end this year after? Whoa, no! Looks like Lepner might be wrapping up soon in the manga. Oh, that's great. People don't like Gear of War Judgment campaign for a reason. You don't pull flashbacks BS in chapter 2. You read the beginning after the end. It's so good. Did you see the last couple of drawings on Horiko's Twitter? He did a few on Suyu. No, I didn't. Let me look at them real quick. Just gonna load it up. Gonna go Horikoshi's Twitter. Sorry, Google always has some kind of virus on it, or it's got a tracker that my thing always reacts to. Guys, how do you think Horikoshi feels about his series being turned into this with the current anime? This is a great picture. I like Natsu looking just... I like Fuyumi here too. This is great. This is an absolutely great little thing here, man. Fuyumi looks so good here. You guys can tell I really like Fuyumi, but we all know this. Summertime. Oh, that's cute. Kind of a weird thing going on here though, Horiko. So you have her wearing some of her uniform and then some of her UA uniform. Kind of strange. Does Suyu need heels? What tactical advantage does she get from wearing heels? There are so many comments that I could make about this, but I won't. I won't make the comments. Yo, guys, what if this is Horikoshi's way of saying that Suyu's gonna be the main girl from now on? Also, from a design perspective, it's kind of interesting that Suyu has really wonky lines, right? Kind of interesting that she got the wavy lines and not just like straight design, right? I mean, I feel like these just like the sketch lines kind of thing just makes it seem like it's a little bit more work than just drawing straight lines. It's just kind of interesting, right? That's her motif. I just find this funny. I find this super funny. Yeah. I like that Ryukyu also isn't in this picture. Nah, the guy's living life. Burning's also like a really good one to have. Like Burning's got a pretty nasty design. Oh, that's a good picture of Burning. Oh, Endeavor's in the background, right over here. That's a neat design though. There's a lot of things going on here. Lots of Shoto. Nice, 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 nice. Yeah, there's harem stories there that have better FMC than the stories from the West, even ones where they're as strong as the MC in the story, and you get relationship progress. Oh yeah, I'm alright, Gohan. Horikoshi's sister also did another drawing of Mirko based on Megan Thee Stallion. It's her in a bathing suit. It's pretty hot. Excellent, Ty. Excellent. The new Dragon Balls. Oh yeah, I saw that. But like, it's one of those teaser trailers again where they they don't really show much. They just show Goku doing some stuff. But it's called Superheroes, right, or something like that. What did they do for this one? Man, that looks so cool. But see, like, they're doing, like, the nice mess of houses. But that makes sense. These are probably slums. And then this order that you have here makes sense because this is, like, this is probably where, like, the well-off people do. So, yeah, probably slumming it over here. There's a crater there. That one looks pretty cool. That's a cool map. It's like super cool map. Are there any other cool maps that we can look at? Oh, 1 inch equals. Oh, neat. At the content, you will be losing several details. Yes. So, maybe. Oh, this is great. This is great. Okay, talent level. You'll lose a bit of detail. Grass might be used in place of shrubs, individual barrels, or birds. Maybe I should switch to using one of these sets. Oh, it's going to require a lot of detail still. Like, I'd have to be very careful regardless. Yeah, we could probably give it a go. Like, this one looks a little bit more interesting. I think this is closer to what I want to achieve. So, let's go. So, let's just save this one. Let's see. Horikoshi got that one. I can't wait to binge the isekais going on. Also, soon we'll be able to binge Season 2. We are close to a certain event in Mushoku Tensei manga. Oh, that's great. When Izuku escaped from his class, how many soul chapters will there be before his big fail to help him realize he needs help? I think 5. I think like within 5. If he escapes, I think if you could do it within 5, I'd be very happy. Shoto, I want seconds. We were robbed of the black turtleneck in the anime. He's probably just wants to put it. He probably just wants it to just end. Fuyumi and Bakugo are the food beast in that picture. I need Suyu in that position every night. That's right. That's right. Too bad it isn't Izuku in front instead of Bakugo. Then it could have looked like she was going to pull her arm around Izuku. Yes. No Naruto. No spoilers. We only got One Piece spoilers. I see people complain that the new Dragon Ball movie focused on slice of life instead of fights, which confused me because I would assume a Dragon Ball fan likes comedy. They said that there's gonna be more slice of life than Broly, but honestly, like think back to the slice of life in Battle of Gods. Like I like the slice of life in Battle of Gods. I'd be quite alright with that level of slice of life. Like come on, man. Like let's enjoy the characters being happy. God, I just we grew up with these characters. I think it's okay to see them happy, and like Vegeta himself, he really lives in like he excels in slice of life. I think personally. Fantasy regional. Which one am I looking at here? Gotta figure out which one is the one to use here for what I want to do. We don't need a world map. We don't need parchment. I guess it'd be a regional map. That'd be the one. Yeah, it looks like regional's the way to go. Yeah, that looks a little bit more interesting to look at. Okay, let's see this one. I'm really, I am being a little bit of an artist here, boys and girls. I am trying to find the perfect thing to help me both do this quickly and also make it look cool. Then again, yeah. Oh, good. I'll add color later. Okay, so also Bonk Horny Jail, Sarge. Yo, I was gonna say, so Sarge mentioned that we might get Kurogiri next instead of Villain Academia. So, like, actually, guys, what do you think about that? If Sarge's information ends up being correct, because that cuts in again to more. If we get, you know, what'd be funny if they just actually flat out skip the majority of Villain Academia, although they shouldn't, right? Because Curious is in there. Curious is in the opening. Skeptic's in the opening. Like, Villain Academia is going to be covered. But at this rate, well, even if they do, like, if they did 5 chapters per episode, it's a 20-chapter arc, if I recall what you guys told me last time. 5 chapters per episode puts us at... Yeah, 4 episodes. You'd only need 4 episodes to cover it. That'd be a lot. Oh yeah, Skeptic appeared. Yeah, but that's because he survives. I mean, Curious is in there, so like she probably has to show up still. My dad's an architect, so that's where I get it from. He'll just stay on a room designing wall distance and ceiling measurements for hours. That's how he taught me when doing building projects from school. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, Ty. No, I once had a job where I was like a domestic planner. So like I didn't do building stuff, but like I was there. I had to like I had to look specifically at the distance between outlets, because you have to like you have to be reasonable and put your outlets in reasonable places and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I did blueprint design for outlets, and it was a time. I took away like it's different. It's different compared to having to do this. But I understand the meticulousness that comes when it comes to looking at blueprints. Now, let's see. Is this what I want? I don't think so. I don't think this is going to look good. This might not be what I want. Just I'm not seeing all the cool stuff that I could be doing here. We might have to just go back to the other one and just cut our losses and just live life. So, size has to be significantly smaller. Oh yeah, no, I think at this size it's gonna be okay. Yeah, actually, I like this. I like this. Now, if only I could see how much... Oh, got a message. Oh, Gohan, what did you send me? I hope it's something appropriate, Gohan. You have a funny meme. Okay, I got it. Let's see. Angst is reader crack. Let's see, Trip. I have okay, got that. Skeptic appeared. When do Black Clover spoilers come out again? They come out a little bit before Hero Academia to tomorrow. They could leave Kurogiri as a cliffhanger for next season. Man, like honestly, I'd rather if you're gonna do a cliffhanger, just do a cliffhanger of Shigaraki's power up. Ice powers, Hime cut hairstyle, elegant and graceful. Voiced by Saori Hayami. Oh, that's good. That's good, Gohan. Leave off reveal, but deal with more of it next season. Watch My Van Academia, Hero Academia skip over My Van Academia, just like how Promise skipped over Gold Lake. I still say the funniest design Horikoshi did was the one where Deku was behind the golfing girl and he had an interesting look on his face. Yes. So do you think 22-24 will be My Van Academia? I feel like that would be reasonable. Like, I personally wouldn't have any real issue with it if that's how it went down. Oh, man. Now, the only thing here, if I do it like this... Uh-oh. If that's the angle it takes... Probably... If that's the angle it's going to take, I'm going to have to be a little bit careful here. So that's the angle, so probably... If we want to do isometric, to get the amount of... Yeah, I think that'll be okay. If I do it from here like that. Yeah, I'll probably just switch up the map a little bit, but probably would be okay. Hmm. It's a little bit easier to make, like, yeah, this one's a little bit easier to work with. Just because I can see kind of, I can get a better sense for the form. Let's see. How bad would the fan backlash be if anime skips most, if not all, of Villain Academia? Oh, I think it'll be really interesting just to see it unfold. Personally, Ty, like it'll be funny. I think it'll be mostly funny, just because people are gonna react in the worst way possible, and then like the anime YouTubers are probably gonna have like the biggest overreactions to it, which is always great to see. Yeah, I think it'd be hilarious. So I think, yeah, that'll work. That'll work. I think I can do this. Now let's see. Pro tier against me, I agree. I find it funny how in the latest Yu-Gi-Oh series they have a villain who has the same deck as one of the previous with baseball theme. Okay, it's funny how the Japanese voice actors pick characters they have similar feel to other characters they've done. Well, I feel like that's like the casting director that does that, Gohan. Like the casting director would probably pick them out. Hmm. I think I have to make this smaller. God, I hate maps. Let's see. It seems like they're trying to make the anime less depressing. I agree. I mean, like, current villain of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's is Izuku's VA. Oh, that's neat. I mean, like, we do have to consider the reality that that Hero Academia is still a kids show. So maybe they are trying to, maybe they are trying just a little bit to make it a little bit more less scary. Okay, sorry guys. Just had to do a quick little thing there. Let's see. I secretly hoping they skip it. The reaction alone would be legendary in the anime community, especially for a big show like Hero Academia. It'll be talked about for years. Yeah, it would be. It 100% would be, and it would be hilarious too. Let me switch over here real quick. Oh, guys, did I freeze? If I freeze, let me know. Just cause. Oof. Okay, guys, if my stuff crashes in a second here, I apologize. I'll be right back if it does. But yeah, it's just my my streaming device just kind of is having a little bit of an issue. Okay, this is okay. This is okay. It says I'm still live. I hope you guys can still see me. Oof. Oh, man. Actually, I'm going to ask you guys. Can you guys still see me? Yeah. Okay, just gonna very quickly check. It says it's still streaming on my side, but my entire setup... Okay, cool, thank you. Yeah, I don't... Like, this is now very odd. Well, my stream center is completely freezing up now. So, apologies if something goes wrong here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, weird. I guess telling villains are people too is too much for shonen moms. I guess so. Even if the stream worked, I wouldn't be able to see you because I am blind. Oh my god, death ray, I'm sorry. I wonder why it's having an issue. Yeah, no, like, so my OBS just kind of froze up, so I can't move the scene or anything. Kind of weird. Yeah, it's having a nice little freeze here. Oh, Google Chrome's having the freeze. So I brought down Google Chrome. Okay, cool. Even if the stream worked, I wouldn't be able to see because I'm blind. Okay, I got that. Which one of the villains? Which one of the villains is people too? I mean, you know, Mr. Compress is probably the most well-adjusted of the villains, in all honesty. First Digimon movie. Oh, thanks, Gohan. Never explain how Kairi, Takeru, and their Digimon got Mega Evolution. The first Digimon movie, like, wasn't it because they were using those special Digi Eggs or whatever that they got to Super Digivolve? Let's see. OBS is really having an issue. Anyway, since I've lost control of the stream, I'm not even sure if I can end the stream properly like normal. But since I lost control of the screen, yeah, no, I've completely lost control. We can just chat. Let's see. Are there any big questions that you guys have that you would like answered in Hero Academia? Are there any big topics that you got in your mind that you're still like trying to work through? Me personally, I don't got that many. I mean, are there any like wild things that you want to come true, even though like maybe it's not possible? Kurogiri X Nomu Midnight. Oh, well that's something. I guess the question is like, would they have? Okay, I guess like, would you want Midnight to come back as a Nomu? I mean, like, how did they get the body right? Like, that'd be the big question. Oh, that like if they managed to get the body in this state of in this current issue, I'd be very surprised. Remember when the Shonen moms thought Shindo was a good role model because he had a girlfriend, which is shown in the last poll? Didn't know they had that much influence. Shindo's a good boy, Ty. Shindo's a good boy. But yeah, Shonen moms. Woo, they're a great force. And then we see then we see Shindo show up again. That was quite nice. Oh, speaking of the anime, if we end up having Kurogiri show up here, I do wonder what they're gonna do. I wonder if they're gonna show the vigilantes stuff, and the thing with Kurogiri is that they removed him from the montage that the kids were in, so I'm kind of concerned. Like, I'm not sure if Kurogiri might get his. I hope if they do Kurogiri, they do him well enough. Oh, I hate that OBS crashed. Okay, guys, you know what? Guys, if I disappear, I apologize. I'll be right back. I'm going to very quickly see if I can reset OBS without breaking anything else here. I don't know if it'll work, but I'm hoping. So guys, if I disappear, I apologize. I will be right back. Let's see. Maybe it's this one. What happens if I end that one? Is OBS dead? No, OBS is still alive. Oh, hey Terry. I will say one of the things about Shindo is that him having a girlfriend makes me really hopeful for everyone else in Hero Academia. Alright, here we go.